Alright, hello everyone. I am going to play Pokemon FireRed today. And as some of you might know, this is a game I have speedrun for a while. I am using Charmander for this run. It's not the fastest Pokemon, that title goes to Squirtle, but it is the starter I played it with when I was young, and that's just a nice nostalgic touch for me. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Right, the timer will start when I click continue, which I'll be doing. And I'll count down. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. So just a quick explanation. I actually skipped the starter bit. Normally I would do that myself, but the thing is, to get a good enough starter in this game, yeah, you want to manipulate the statistics, and this is so inconsistent that it's just not very marathon safe for me. So we decided that I just won't bother, and I'll just play with a starter that I know can beat the game. So it shows what my Charmander stats are on the stream, so you can actually like tell how good my stats are if you're familiar with how Pokemon stats work. You pretty much always win this battle. This like first battle against rival. I've only like lost it a handful of times among hundreds of attempts, so yeah, it's pretty safe. I have once lost this battle and then turned out to have a runnable Charmander though, which I couldn't use because I lost this battle, which is a shame. I'm going to pick up the potion from this guy. Since you get it for free, and it means I need to spend less money in the next mart. I'm also killing some random encounters here. This is to get enough experience for the first gym. We need pretty much all of the experience that we can get in the early game. Okay. That's level 3. That'll provide us with exactly enough experience, like to the exact integer, so that's cool. That's one bonus encounter that we don't need, which just wastes time since we're running away. Thankfully, that's only an issue in the like earliest part of the game, since you get access to repels after that, which we will be using. While I'm doing this like necessary story event, I can explain some other stuff. So this Charmander has a mild nature. This means that its special attack is higher than usual, while its defense is lower than usual. And it has pretty high stats, like I have 30 IV special attack, and I don't think I really have the time to get into what IVs are, but for the uninitiated, these are numbers that indicate how high your Pokemon stats are going to be, and it's from 0 to 31. So the closer to 31, the higher the stats are. So with that knowledge, you can already tell that this Charmander has pretty solid stats. You also need to mash quite a bit during these runs, because it's optimal to like mash A, B, and L simultaneously in order to skip through all of the text boxes. Okay, next time in Route 1, I am going to catch whatever I find. It can be either Rattata or Pidgey, but it doesn't matter who I catch, because I will just teach the other HM to Charmander. In this case, we get Rattata. Oh, thankfully no critical, otherwise I would have killed it. And generally it just gets in the first ball. Let's see. Nice. Right, so that is going to be the mon that we teach the move Cut to, which is needed to progress through the game after the second gym. Encounter on the last tile, a bit unfortunate. Okay, here we have basically an unskippable cutscene, and I generally use this cutscene to just stand up for a bit, because I might as well when I'm sitting for 2 hours. Alright, now we're on to Route 2. I'm actually going to walk through the grass here, even though I don't need to, because it is slightly quicker and there's very little risk. You might think that I'm risking an encounter there, but actually, the moment you enter a new area, you have immunity for the first 6 tiles, which means that you only have a 1% chance to get an encounter on the first 6 tiles. And actually it's the first 8 tiles in dungeons. So yeah, it's a lot safer than you think. Need to swap Ember into the first slot there, since it's the move I'm going to be selecting by far the most often. It's first fire move you learn. And if you use a fire move as Charmander, who is a fire type, it gets boosted by 1.5 times. So yeah, it's pretty strong, despite having relatively low base power. Yeah, we'll be using this move a lot throughout the run, at least until we learn like stronger moves. All of these bug catchers I'm fighting here are actually optional, but I'm fighting them anyway. And the reason for that is that we need all of the experience from them. And trainer battles give you more experience than wild encounters, so these are the most efficient way to get to a higher level. Okay, so these tiles are actually also 1% to get an encounter. Those 7 over there. Now it's normal chances. Except I didn't get any there, that's nice. Each trainer battle actually resets the immunity tiles, as well as each encounter that you get. So now I once again have 1% chance for the first few tiles to get an encounter. This is a completely silent mechanic, like the game never tells you about it. There's a lot of these things in, especially the earlier Pokemon games that the game just never tells you about. You do generally get a couple of encounters in Viridian Forest, like 2 or 3 encounters is average. It's also possible to get 1 or worse than 3. I think I've even seen 5. That was really unfortunate. I've actually had 0 before too, but that's also pretty rare. Well, this forest was 1 encounter. That's nice. That's really quite nice. And we've arrived at the first Pokemart that I'm taking. Buying 6 potions there. 2 antidotes and 4 repels. There we go. And with the potions in hand, we are ready to fight the first gym. So because I have a mild nature, I will take more damage from Brock's physical moves than I would with a rash Charmander, so I have to be careful about my HP. A bit more so than if my Charmander had been rash. On Geodude, we are just going to be embering it until it dies. It should take 4 hits with this Charmander, excluding like random critical hits and stuff. I am potioning 1 turn early here. Normally I would do it. Yeah, it's like in case I crit the Geodude, since I want my HP to be as high as possible going into Onyx. Because it's going to use Rock Tomb. Actually, I just realized I forgot to save the game. That might be an issue. I was going to save before Brock, but I was just autopiloting the route, so hopefully it goes well. So I need to growl this turn to weaken the incoming damage. And then we're gonna have to heal a bunch. Yeah, so I should have saved before this, actually. And like, this is the reason why. It's possible to get into pretty lengthy heal loops here with mild. Okay, we're good. Now I just need to heal 1 more time. Okay, so to explain Brock, the thing is, if he sees a kill with Rock Tomb, if your HP is low enough that Rock Tomb will kill you, only then will he use it. And in all other cases, he will never use it. And this is why I am healing so much. This is because I need to heal out of the range where Rock Tomb can kill me. So as long as my HP is high, he will never click Rock Tomb, and that allows Charmander to win the fight. And it also just narrowly learned Metal Claw, like just in time to fight Onyx, since Ember wouldn't deal enough damage. Okay, this turn should be a win. I just need to land that Metal Claw. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Didn't even need to save the game. I should be remembering it for the next hard fights, though. Alright, so with some health manipulation strategies, we managed to take out Brock, and it's time to get the running shoes. So we can like walk through the game a bit quicker. It's nice that I actually ended the Brock fight with low-ish health, because that will help me in a moment. And the reason why it's nice to finish Brock with relatively low health is that if your health is at 1/3 or lower, Charmander's special ability called Blaze is going to activate. And when you have Blaze active, all of your fire moves will deal 1.5 times more damage. And this is very significant. On this trainer, I'm going to attempt to set up Blaze, which means to get to 1/3 health or lower. So I actually want to get hit by her. I think ideally I should be brought to like 10 health. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm going to try to get poisoned by this Nidoran. Right here. It has an ability called Poison Point, which has a chance to poison me if I use any move that contacts it, and I managed to trigger it immediately, which is the ideal outcome. Nice. So now we can just Ember to finish her off, and I will wait for the poison to take me down to 10 health. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That should be 10 health. Yeah. And we heal the poison. I also just walked out of the route to reset that last position so that I can walk past her. Otherwise, I would have had to fight that bug catcher next to her as well, and now I could skip it. Yeah, I counted it in my head. I have to wait for that girl to like walk down, and then I can safely run past her. I am registering the TM case here, and that is for a little trick I'll be doing in a moment. First, I need to pick up 2 items. escape rope and rare candy are some important items in the run that save quite a bit of time. Alright, I'm also picking up the revive here. I'm using repels to avoid wild encounters. Right. And what I just did is opening the TM case to skip past that rocket guy. So that trainer is actually a spinner. They like look around in all four directions. And if you run past them, they will immediately see you and a battle will start. But not if you walk. So what I do is I open the menu, which actually resets the guy's timer. And that allows me to safely walk past him, since I know that he won't spin for 32 frames. Okay, so this Zubat is actually a range. And we get the range, nice. It's about 56% die to Ember. And it's evolution time. Go. Now we can fight this super nerd in evolved form. I'm going to try to get Grimer to put me into the blaze range, and seems like that's succeeding. So I do need to heal up with poison though. Okay, you're good. So this guy's Pokemon will not die if I don't have Blaze, but if I do have Blaze, they always die. So it saves two turns already on the last Pokemon. That crit was completely unnecessary. Alright, now that we're out of the cave, I am teaching Charmeleon some new moves, specifically Mega Punch and Mega Kick. These are some strong normal moves that save a significant amount of time, but they come at the cost of inconsistency. They are very inaccurate. At least Mega Kick is. It has only a 75% chance of landing. We're going to need the kick for the next couple of hard fights. First, we need to heal at the Pokemon Center, since I am almost out of embers. This is part of the route. Taking the center here. Now I can use Ember a lot more times again. I am also picking up a hidden rare candy here. Right behind this house. Rare candy are used to immediately level up your Pokemon, so it saves a considerable amount of time across the run. And also, I am saving the game here because this is the hardest fight before the Pokemon League that's coming up. And it's the rifle fight. And the reason this fight is so hard is you have to land like multiple Mega Kicks, ideally. And Squirtle is super effective on you, which is also a problem. Okay, no sand attack, that's nice. Okay. Okay, I'm fine against Water Gun here. See if we hit. Yes. Okay, we're going to need to hit a second kick. Okay, now it's just in kill range no matter what. Can just scratch here. Nice. I'm actually gonna have to heal on Rattata because it's going to use quick attack, which will kill me. Yeah, this is pretty quick. One of the faster rifles for sure. Okay, incoming quick attack there. Now I should go to Ember. And finish the fight at low health, which is ideal. Very nice. Yep, I made sure to finish this fight while in the Blaze range, because there's a lot of trainers coming up right after the rival. And these guys are going to be much faster with me in Blaze range. Like it's so much faster to have Blaze here that it's essentially mandatory to go for it. I'm going to be using Ember to kill like basically all of these Pokemon on this route in one hit. So there's really not much going on here, other than me gaining a lot of experience. There is going to be a risky fight after the bridge trainers, but since I didn't use the revive yet, I can actually just use my revive if I die to that fight, so I don't have to save the game. I did have to save for the rival, since even with the revive, you are at risk. I'm not teaching at Smokescreen, you never need it. All it does is lower the opponent's accuracy, but we just need to deal damage to win fights the fastest way, generally. Or to boost my own stats, not to lower theirs. Another unnecessary critical hit there. Yeah, these two Pokemon, as well as that Akans that we just fought, will not die without Blaze, but they do die with Blaze. And it's also the case for the 2 trainers I'm fighting after this girl. So yeah, it's pretty important. I'm still in the Blaze range, even at level 21. Nice to see. Yeah, this is actually so safe for the guy after this that I actually don't need to save the game. Because even if I die to it, I can use the revive that I picked up in Mountain. I pick up for safety anyways. Yes, that is true. There's indeed a bug with the nugget flag. Gives you your nugget. But I'm pretty sure it was fixed in the European version. I'm grabbing this hidden elixir here. Like walked by accident. Then I'm fighting this hiker who just has a single onyx. But this fight is tricky because he can use rock throw on you, which of course is super effective. But since trainers in this game have random AI, he only has a 25% chance of using it, and it can also miss, and he doesn't use it, so we win. And even if he does click rock throw, Ember actually has a chance to burn as well. So I would still be safe since burning will halve his damage. Okay, now we need to skip past this youngster. Elixir first. Oops, I did it wrong. Go. I needed to open the menu to get past that guy, since he is also a spinner, and opening the menu will reset his timer. So that he can't see me. Okay, there's 2 more trainers here, and then we need to run all the way back to Cerulean City. Okay, one more. Wait for that guy to look down and... We are going to talk to Bill here, and we pick up the ticket to get onto the boat, the SSN, where we will fight our rival a 3rd time. And we are basically doing that to delay fighting Misty, the second gym, since she's pretty hard when you have a fire type only. So I'm basically fighting Misty as late as possible in this run. And even then, we still have to save the game for Misty. So yeah, she is scary. One little fun fact, if you are walking or running from a standstill in this game, it's actually slightly faster to walk or run in the direction that you're already facing, because this saves you 8 frames. Since when you are in standstill, to spin to face a different direction actually costs you 8 frames. This drowsy needs to be kicked, 75%, and we get it. It's not a disaster if you miss though, unless you get a bad move. I'm running down to Vermilion City. And I will visit the Pokemart over there and then go right to the SSN and fight my rival. And like one trainer. Need to pick up some items here. This berry will make Misty safer, and this rare candy is necessary. Went through the grass to skip that bug catcher, and this is the only trainer you need to fight on this route. Hero will always die, but we have to kick the Raticate, so that's another 75% to land. With my attack stat, it should almost always die, not completely guaranteed to die, and we do get it. Good. Alright, time for the Pokemart. Actually, first it's the bike voucher guy. We need to get the bike voucher from this guy so that we can get a free bicycle once we beat it. And of course in a speedrun the bike is important since it's faster than running. Okay. Going to buy some super potions and some repels. Go. I have to use the rare candy here. Get to level 27 before fighting this guy. Not in Blaze, so I will attempt to get Blaze from this guy. Okay, so if Scratch poisons me here, then we're getting it. Okay, I don't get poisoned, but he used double kick, so I am in Blaze anyway. Now I need to pick up this TM for Brick Break that is right below me. Yep. And I'm teaching it to Charmeleon immediately. This move is going to be useful later on since it's super effective on rock types that resist fire moves. And it's also super effective on normal types, which is a pretty common type. I will save the game for the rival just in case. It's not as hard as the first one. It generally goes fine, but it can kill you. Okay. Since I am in Blaze, this Ember is going to do a lot of damage. Yep. And now we Super Potion, since otherwise I'm dead to Quick Attack. And he switches. Okay, that's fine. Go for Kick. And we get a miss. That's not necessarily bad. All comes down to what happens next. Okay, that is not nice. I might just restart here to save, because that's just going to be slow. Yeah, the thing is he used Withdraw twice, which raises his defense stats, so he's going to take like less damage from my moves, and it's just going to make the fight really slow. Oh, dang. Okay, well, that's actually okay, because I have my revive. I'm just using it right now. Shadow dice, that's okay. Brick Break. Okay, sure. Actually, this puts me in Water Gun range, I think. Yeah, so Wartortle is almost certainly going to Water Gun here, so I have to. And unfortunately he didn't, so that means he didn't see a kill. That sucks. We do land the kick. Okay, I think I have to punch here. Okay, yeah. I'll just go for another kick. There. I can Brick Break for a guaranteed kill here. Then I can punch the Kadabra to win. 85% to hit. Get it. Good. Yeah, I get that revive in Mount Moon since there's quite a lot that can go wrong earlier on in the run. Like, both of the rival fights can kill you, Misty can kill you. Even that rando with his Onyx can sometimes kill you. Actually taking the bad heal here, because I'm almost out of decks, I think. There's a bed on the SSN that allows you to heal to full HP, and it also heals up all of your moves to full PP again. There's a little cutscene, and we are off to Misty's gym. Going to equip my berry here. Yeah, and actually I can also teach Kata. Okay. I'm walking around the trainers here. And save the game. Alright, so for Misty, her Staryu will always die to Brick Break, so you're basically just fighting her Starmie. Her Starmie though, it's a problem. She deals a lot of damage to you with each Water Pulse. It can confuse you, it can critical hit you, and you have to rely on your inaccurate Mega Kick and Mega Punch. It hit though, so as soon as I hit this punch, I win. Okay, GG. That's the good Misty. That's exactly what you want to see. Just kick, hit, punch, hit, and win. And no confusion. Very nice. Didn't have to save in the end, but we do it because you never know what happens. At least for the purposes of this stream, I am doing it. Obviously, it loses time to save the game. And now we're free to get the bicycle. We can move even faster now. I'm also immediately going to ride it. And here's why we needed to move cut. It's to cut down these old trees that are in the way. It's necessary to beat the game. There's 2 trainers on this route, but all of them are just dead to Ember. Yes, that's correct. And fly to beat it like the fastest way, but you don't technically need fly, but you do need it to beat it the fastest. We are also picking up another hidden rare candy here to level up faster. And we are taking the Pokemon Center on this route. This is for the upcoming Rock Tunnel section. This ensures that I have enough kicks to comfortably make it past the slowpoke that these next two trainers have, which unfortunately need to be kicked. But they are also the last kicks in the game. I am navigating through this cave without using the move Flash. It's possible to use Flash to make it light up so that you can tell when you're moving, but it's faster to not use it and instead just memorize where you need to fight. So that's what we do. I just have to route through the cave memorized. Okay, so here we have to we need to hit 2 kicks, and I immediately missed the first one, and I get the worst move possible. Lowers my damage, and I miss again. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate. I'm just going to switch to punching here. Oh my god, that's one of the unluckiest I've ever seen on this fight. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, we get the first hit in. I'm actually gonna have to super potion from this, I think. Wow. That's crazy. I think that's actually the unluckiest slowpoke that I've ever had, even. Taking 5 mega punches to kill. Insane. Goodness. Okay, last 2 kicks here on this slowpoke. Hopefully this goes better. The previous one. Oh, I again missed the first one. And again growl. What the hell? What? Wow, dude. Okay, we hit... Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's a nice bonus at the end, but that's the craziest luck I've ever seen on these fights. Wow. Okay, now it's basically smooth sailing from here for the rest of Rock Tunnel, since we have Ember to deal with these grass types, and we have Brick Break to deal with all of the rock types that are coming up. We use Bell and probably Super to full. Yeah, dead. You don't kill this Geodude in one hit, and there's like a really slim chance that it just kills you with magnitude. Oh my god, I do have to actually get 10. Oh, that's horrible. Oh dear. This is not good. Okay, so I got a scenario that is so rare that I didn't bother saving for it, but I should have, because I'm actually dead now. Wow. That's so crazy and unfortunate. So he selected Magnitude, which is only a 25% chance to get selected. And then he got Magnitude 10, which after that first 25% is only 5% or so, or less, or like 4% to be selected. That's crazy. That's why I didn't even bother saving, because it's so rare. But in the end, I should have. Okay, so I'm going to need some time to catch up to where I was. So this is going to be pretty slow. I should be bike. Yeah, these runs are not very marathon friendly. But hey, I do get to show off that, like, these kinds of rare scenarios do exist in the game, I guess. This is actually the first time I've ever had this happen, by the way, if you can believe it. I have never died to that Geodude. Okay, we're back to where we were. Yeah, true. There's, like, that's part of what's cool about it, too. Like, every single run is different, so you never know what you're going to face the next attempt. Everyone is different. There's just going to be different luck, different moves being selected. Every run, it's always exciting. So we're back to the guy we were at. Yeah, so that previous guy with the single Geodude. And there's also a next hiker who has a Graveler. Both of these have like an extremely slim chance to kill you. And, well, unfortunately, that exact scenario just happened to me. Okay, this is high chance to kill, but not guaranteed. Yeah, we don't get it, but it's okay. Ember again. Okay, so we might get random encounters here. Yeah, because normally I would have had a repel here, but because we died, I have to get through here without one, since otherwise I'm gonna run out. And we don't want to run out of repels. So yeah, I'll just have to take the 10-second hit each time. That's an unfortunately fast one. I think that was during the 1% tiles. It happens. Okay. We actually go for Brick Break here. Super effective on the normal types as well. That was just before I was going to activate my next repel. Oh well. Now we're like back to where we should be, so... Well, I don't think I need to super here. Yeah, I'm basically already full. Okay, just in case I get the most insane thing ever, which is dying to like both super rare kill scenarios here, I'm just saving for this guy. Just like when I died the previous time, this has a very, very slim chance for the Graveler to just kill you in one hit with magnitude 10. It's like exceedingly unlikely to select it. Did pick magnitude, but it's only 7, so we're fine. gotta skip past this guy facing up. Menu trick. We call that the bag. We call that menu trick the bag manip, since it's usually done by opening the bag and it manipulates the trainer's movements. Almost out of rock tunnel, finally. That took much longer than it should have. We are immediately biking past Lavender Town to basically bike to the next gym. People who know this game might have noticed that I didn't fight the third gym yet. And this is intentional because I am delaying him for later. Since I have Charmeleon, and with Charmeleon it's actually easier to fight Erica first, who is traditionally the fourth gym, but this game allows you to fight gyms in any order you want for part of it. So I'm actually fighting Erica first. Since all of her Pokemon are just going to be dead to my fire moves. Oh, whoops, I immediately got off the bike as soon as I got on it. Okay, that's some smoother biking there. Nice. Taking the left side. There's fewer Pokemon here. Okay, so this whole section, like with Rock Tunnel included, at least once you're past the Slowpoke trainers, is kind of a breather, since, well, aside from the super rare Magnitude 10 scenario, you don't really die here. It's also impossible to lose against Erica. I am, however, going to use a rare candy here, since that takes me to level 34, and that level you learn Flamethrower, which is a really strong move. I'm actually going to replace Kick for Flamethrower. It's much stronger than Ember, like more than twice as strong. It is almost 2.5 times. And that allows me to beat all of Erica's Pokemon in one hit. And I'm also faster, so it's unlosable. There we go. Unnecessary crit. More. Okay, now we're going to do some item pickups. First things first, I'm heading here to get HM for fly, and since I don't have a Pidgey, I am going to teach it to my Charmeleon as soon as it evolves. Then it gains access to fly. Sloppy biking just now, but it's okay. That's more like it. Now it's into the department store. And we are going to buy some items here that will help us beat the game. Oops, I should have clicked down. Specifically, I'm going to buy 5 of these. I am buying 2 of these. I'm buying 22 of these. 2 of these. Finally. Thankfully my money isn't messed up even with the loss to the judo trainer. Since losing actually costs you some money, but it's not a very large amount. I should be good on money for the next Mark II. Then we need to head here to pick up a mandatory item to the game, which is actually tea, funnily enough. You need the tea because you need to give it to the Saffron City guards to get into the city. Next, it's time to fight Team Rocket's secret base, which they concealed under this game corner. It's only one more level and I will evolve once more. This guy's going to give me the lift key. Allow me to use the lift. Or elevator if you're American. then it's time to fight the 2 guards here, and then Giovanni. I just forgot which moves to click for like 1 second. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, this is the fight we're gonna be evolving from. GG. And it's Charizard time. One of the most popular Pokemon there is. There are. I'm also immediately teaching its wing attack. Will be somewhat useful. More so than Brick Break. And Giovanni is generally okay, but my health is somewhat low, so I'm at a very small risk of losing, so just in case I'm going to save for him. Basically, if his Kangaskhan picks Mega Punch and lands a critical hit, I'm dead. It's a very small chance, but yeah, we have seen smaller chances already this run. Okay, so this Onix usually doesn't die. I expect that. Oh, wow. Wow, that almost killed me, actually. Okay, so this Rhyhorn should be guaranteed now, I think. Yeah. Yeah, right, it always dies in place. Actually, since I've saved the game anyway, I'm going for this risky strat. I'm 70% roughly to Oko Kangaskhan. And we get it! Cool! Cool. I just risked a range so that I wouldn't have to... so that I wouldn't have to restart the game. Then we pick up the Silph Scope and we immediately escape. Yeah, it's specifically it's 68.75% to kill. Yep, need the T. Here. Careful to skip that bug catcher there. And time to fight Surge. Electric Gym Leader. He has a pretty annoying, like, random gym puzzle. Kind of just have to guess where Trash is going to be. Okay, I did find it very quickly, that's nice. For this gym, you actually do a planned save. You do that even in a real run, because if you get the wrong one, okay, I got the right one here, then that's nice, but if you get the wrong one, it is faster to just restart the game and retry than to manually go through the gym puzzle another time. I'm replacing Mega Punch because I no longer need it. And this menu also allows me to skip past trainer. Only have to fight this guy who has a single Pikachu that always dies. I'm still... Oh, wait, the quick attack. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. That scenario never comes up. Okay, thankfully we saved in the gym, so I'm actually gonna make use of that. Yeah, I've never been at 1 HP for this fight. It like never comes up. But now I am at 1 HP and this scenario did come up. So I am actually going to Super Potion then, I think. Yeah, I think I have to Super here. Yeah, that Prio would have actually killed me on Surge as well. Okay. So now I am out of quick attack range, so he actually can't quick attack me now. Or actually, he just won't be guaranteed to pick it, I think. At least Surge, because this guy's AI is random, so I just got unlucky that it picked quick attack. But on Surge, he has Gym Leader AI, so he would always pick it if I'm at 1 HP. Yeah, if not for me forgetting about quick attack here, that this would have been a really quick Surge gym. I found the trash almost immediately, and I got it like... I got the second one first try without resetting the game, so that's... Okay. So, Surge is unloosable at most HPs. You just Ember, Flamethrower, and you win. You're also always faster. You're at much higher level than him. But yeah, if you have like lower than like 6 HP or something, you have to heal out of quick attack range. That's basically it. Okay. Now we can fly to Lavender Town to beat the Pokemon Tower. You need to have fought Surge in order to be able to use Fly in the first place. So that's why I'm only flying now. And why, for example, I didn't fly straight to Surge's gym. It's because I literally couldn't. There's also another rival fight in the Pokemon Tower. But since you have a Charizard and you're much higher level than his Pokemon, it's pretty much unlosable. Like more than 10 levels higher. Even Water Gun from his Wartortle is not really a threat. And it doesn't even use it. Pokemon Tower and Surge is basically like the last breather section in the game, and after that we are getting into the end game, which has a bunch of scary fights, and it's kind of like a boss rush. We'll see it soon. I actually used my repel here on an exact tile. And I used it on that tile so that it runs out on exactly the tile before a spinner. And then I can just click the bag and walk past her. It's a neat little detail. So the repel's gonna run out right in front of her. Now she's not facing down, so I just use the next repel and walk past her. So on this heel pad. And we fight three of these channelers. They all die in one hit. Oh yeah, I didn't explain this yet, but I talk to trainers when I can, instead of just walking in front of them, because it's faster since it starts the fight immediately, and it doesn't trigger the animation with like the exclamation mark showing up and the trainer walking to you, which takes time. So it's faster to talk to trainers than to just walk into their sites if possible. I pick up another rare candy and it's time to fight the ghosts. Since we have the Sylph Scope from Team Rocket, we can identify this Marowak. You can actually skip this in Gen 1, but in this game you need to pick up the Sylph Scope item. Okay, there's 3 Rocket Grunts here, and all of them also die in one hit. All of the Pokemon. They are not the last free fights that we're doing, but in general, the late part of the game has some scary stuff. Yep, indeed, in Gen 1 you can just skip it using a Pokédoll, which makes doing the whole Rocket hideout section completely unnecessary. So the speedrun actually skips that part. That's part of why Gen 1 is faster than this game. There's also more reasons, but that's one of the reasons. One more guy, since I just have to click Ember 4 times for this fight. I generally like to look away from the screen during it to rest my eyes. All I need to do is mash A to click Ember and in general, I tend to look away from the screen and just A mashing fights, and I look at a far away object. made it to Mr. Fuji, so we're going to get the Poke Flute from him, which we need to get past the sleeping Snorlax that is in the way. And here it's actually faster to bike to Saffron City instead of using Fly, since Fly gets you to the wrong part of the city, the part where the Pokemon Centers are, but that's actually not where you need to. I need to be at Mart, which is like right here. That's why I bike. I need 8 Hypers, 8 Hyper Potions, 3 Escape Ropes, and 6 Max Repels. That's the max I can buy. That's also the last Mart we're taking. And now I'm heading into Silph-Co, which Team Rocket has taken over. Waiting for this guy to not face down. Come on, go away. Okay. I need the bag manip here. And then be careful to walk and not run, because if you run then he will see you. Teleport once more. And we're safe. All of that to not fight that guy. Okay, now we're going to save the game in case this goes badly. And it's time for another rival fight. And this is also the first fight where I am going to be using X items. These items will boost one of my stats. In this case, I'm going to use X specials, which give a boost to my special attack. And I need 2 of them to be able to deal more damage. So that's the first one. Wing attack is fine. It's the second one. Probably another wing attack. Yep. Now this will kill. And I'm going to do a cool strategy to get past Blastoise. Blastoise has pretty good defensive stats and it's resistant against fire, obviously. So that's why we need those boosts. But also, he's going to Water Gun me now. And as long as it doesn't critical hit, I am now in Blaze. And now this Flamethrower kills, which means I win. And it's really cool. Like, the first Flamethrower deals less than half. And then he Water Guns you into Blaze. And then your next Flamethrower kills. It's really cool strat. The only way for it to fail is if either you land a critical, because then he actually gets his boosting ability and he kills you, or if he criticals you with Water Gun and you just die. This is definitely one of the cooler strategies that you do in the battles in this run. Right. So this next guy here actually gives you a free Lapras. He just gives you one, so I'm going to talk to him to get the Lapras, since I will be using it to teach Surf to get past the water sections. I will also be teaching it Strength to push rocks needed later in the game. Okay, should get to level 41 from fighting this guy. And at that point, I am going to rare candy to level 43. Before we fight Giovanni again for the second fight. Okay, I have to save for Giovanni since I am at risk of him picking Mega Punch and killing me. Hopefully it goes well. Despite being a boss, Giovanni actually has random AI, just like the trainer. So he just picks a random move every turn. And that means that he has only a 25% chance to click Mega Punch. But if he clicks it and it hits, it will kill me when my health is this low. Thanks to Blaze, I actually OHKO this Rhyhorn, even though it resists fire. It just has really low special defense, and my Charizard is very strong. I have to X special here, that's why I have to risk him Mega Punching, and he actually does go for it, so we have to restart. Glad I saved. Glad I saved. So, like, sometimes your HP is such that you can actually use a potion here and then still have Blaze. But for me, right now, my health is just slightly too high, which means that if I use the potion, I would have 52 HP and I would no longer have Blaze. So I have to keep my health like this. So I'm just forced to risk the Mega Punch. Yeah, it's 25% and it can also miss. So it's actually less than 25% for it to kill you. Okay, don't do it again. Thank you. Oh, wow. It crit. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we need 2 restarts here. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, Pokemon hides a lot of mechanics from you. It's kind of weird. Like, indeed, nowhere in the game does it tell you that you need to be at exactly 1/3 or lower your health for Blaze to activate. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, come on. It killed me 3 times. Wow. This, people, is why we save during marathons. Pokemon is not safe for marathons. Yeah, it could mean a lot of things indeed. Yeah, Giovanni's like, no, you're not beating the game today. But yeah, I need that X special to actually be able to kill his last two Pokemon in one hit. Come on. Really? Jeez. That's super unlucky. It really is like maybe less than 20% or something like that for that turn to actually kill you. Considering that Mega Punch is only 85% accurate too. It's really the fake out critical that's delaying this a lot though. That was an even more unlikely outcome than the Mega Punch kill on the first fight. And we would have had a second fight victory there. Not for that. Okay, we get a miss. Nice. It's crazy though that he just keeps picking Mega Punch. Like, instead of him just picking a different move, the reason I win is because he missed. Well, at least for now we get a bit of a break, because the next fight is actually impossible to lose. And the next fight is Sabrina, the gym leader. I'm actually keeping the blaze that I set up at Silphco all the way through here, and after this too. And it's turning a lot of 2-turn kills into 1-turn kills. I'm faster and I always kill her Pokemon in one hit. And spoiler, she's actually not the last unloosable gym. There's one more. Also, fun fact, this gym actually allows you to use an escape rope to escape from it. And we are also doing that. It's the fastest way out. Then I'm immediately flying as well. Now you see why we needed the Poke Flute, because we needed to get past the Snorlax that's sleeping here. And we just run away. Okay. Gonna need the bag to get past these guys. Trying to face away. Yeah. And we're good to go. 2 hidden items here that I'm picking up. Here's the first one. Yep. Zooming through here. You don't fight even a single trainer on the cycling road. Next up, we're heading into the Safari Zone. This is necessary because you find the HM for Surf here, and Surf is needed to beat the game, so you need it for water sections. This is going to be the first max repel use. I'm also picking up this TM. We will need it later. Picking up a hidden revive for the next gym. And we get surf. At this point, I'm actually already reading up in my route notes about the damage ranges on the next gym. And I'm flying to the same city that I'm in here because it's faster than just waiting for the Safari Zone time to run out. Yeah. I'm reading my route notes to check how much damage Koga's Muck is going to deal to me, which I need to know in order to determine what my ideal next action is. So he will deal about 29 to 33 damage, so I think I die to... No, wait, I'm actually out of kill range. My HP is 35 and I'm getting a level up too. So I'm actually out of range for Koga's Muck to kill me unless he gets a critical. So that means I don't have to heal and I don't have to use a rare candy either. Yeah, should he get a critical, I have to revive to back me up. But he's actually not even guaranteed to pick Sludge in this scenario. So while opening the bag to skip this guy, I use the max elixir to heal my moves. And it's time to fight Koga. Koga, you almost always win against Koga, but it is possible sometimes to just not die to him, but lose a considerable amount of time to him if certain things don't go well. You don't have to boost, you can just start attacking him immediately. The thing is that Muck takes 2 hits to kill, so you give his Muck 1 turn and that can change the outcome of the battle. Ideally he uses acid armor, okay, he uses minimize, that's okay. As long as flamethrower hits, we win. Okay. Okay, that's not necessarily a problem, I think. Yeah, I think I survive 2 more toxic damage from here, so I think we win. Pretty sure I should survive that. Actually, we don't survive that, so I have to super. Okay, that's good. I take damage. No, wait. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I'm resetting. The scary thing about Toxic is its damage goes up every turn. So if I were to keep healing, then Toxic would have eventually out-damaged me. And I wouldn't really have a way out. So yeah, that's the way that Koga can go wrong. Like, if you do get minimized and you miss afterwards, yeah, the combined chance of him clicking minimize and then you actually missing, if that happens, things can snowball a bit. Yeah, maybe this time you will see how it generally goes, where you just hit the flamethrower. Yep, then you just win. You cannot lose from here. So yeah, this is how Koga goes like most of the time. You just hit the flamethrower, Muck just dies, and you... Weezing always dies as long as you have Blaze. Walk past the invisible walls out of the gym. And we are already seeing the next gym very soon. All we need to do is to get some items here. We need the gold teeth because this guy gives you strength. And strength is needed to beat the game. We're also teaching it immediately to our Lapras, as well as Surf. And then we are able to go to the 7th gym. One super, a repel. This is for the water section. That's good. That's gonna come up. We immediately use strength as well to get this rare candy here. And off we go. Back to the first town. This lets us surf to get to Cinnabar Island. Nice. Good water section. And into the Pokemon Mansion we go. Since the gym leader decided to hide the key to his gym inside of this dungeon, so we have to go here. Wait, I think I have to candy here. Yeah, I have to candy. Also pick up the Carbos here for a speed boost, which will be important later on. You don't always pick up that Carbos there. It's an item that raises your base speed stat, but with certain speeds, for example 23, like what my Charmander got, you do want to pick up the Carbos. Finally, we get the secret key, at which point we can get out of here. We'll use the Carbos, and we're out. And we immediately bike into the gym. And this gym asks you some quiz questions, and as long as you answer correctly, you don't have to fight any trainer. Yeah, we just memorize the quiz answers. save the game. Rip timer. Okay, so on Blaine, I'm going to boost a couple of times while I wait for the Growlithe to damage me. And he should damage me into the Blaze Rain, basically. Plus 1. Okay, 1 miss is fine, I think. Plus 2. Wait, I think I might want to defend here, actually. I do want to be absolutely sure that I get put into Blaze, because now I'm like not into Blaze yet. The next hit should take me there. Next hit should be Blaze, right? Wait, is that Blaze? Or... Fuck, no, I think I'm not Blaze, actually. Wait, fuck, I just... Yeah, I'll just restart it. Too much thinking about how I need to play out that scenario. Yeah, I'm like a slightly high HP and weird damage. I'm not used to these numbers. I would rather just replay it than have to figure out how to like play around not having Blaze there. Actually, yeah, I was completely fine. I was just like not sure for some reason. So I couldn't do the math quickly enough. Yeah, 44 was actually completely okay. I was just confused for some reason. Okay, that's the second X-Spec, right? Yeah. Yeah, third hit is gonna be Blaze. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I think that's because I used an X defend. Normally you just use X spec like three times, and it's fine because Growlithe just hits you 3 times. But yeah, it can actually miss you if it uses Takedown instead of Fire Blast. I forgot to think about the fact that if you use 3 boosts of any kind, then he's gonna roar you out. I mean, yeah, that loses a lot of time, so I might as well just restart the fight if that happens. Okay, so just hit me 3 times, okay? Okay, good. That's 3. And we win. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. You're actually strong enough at this point that you can just Ember, at least on the first 2 Pokemon. You have 3 boosts from the X items and you also have Blaze. Yeah, technically I could have just won the first fight, but I reset for no reason. I was a bit sidetracked from the weird way it went with Growlithe missing against me, and I just got confused about my HP. But I would have actually just won this first try if I kept playing and I just attacked. So after beating this gym, very important, you have to say no to Bill here. If you say yes, then he actually takes you on a side quest, And once you get into that side quest, there's no way to cancel it out, and it loses like half an hour. So it's like your run is super, super dead. Say yes to him here. Instead, we just fly and we immediately go into the final gym after Blaine's gym. These trainers are like fine, they all die to flamethrower. It is possible to ember some specific Pokemon to save PP. Which you usually want to do. Yeah, you generally have 11 flamethrowers. So, once we beat this gym, there's only 6 more fights remaining. And they can all kill you. This gym, however, is actually guaranteed. You cannot lose, even against Giovanni. This is because with Blaze activated, I still have Blaze from previous fight attack. You are actually so strong that you will OHKO his Rhyhorn, even if it resists Flamethrower. Which means that you don't need any boosts and you don't need, you aren't at any risk of anything. Love to see it. Already fought that guy, so we can just walk past him. Okay, guys, this is the last easy fight in the run. And GG. Alright, we have beaten all of the gyms, so that means we get access to Victory Road, then the Pokemon League. That's also where we're immediately heading. So, before you get there, you have to do one more fight with your rival. So we are repelling. I'm using a Hyper Potion. You need full health for this fight. And I'm also teaching Fire Blast to my Charizard. We don't need Wing Attack anymore, so we can get rid of it. You will be needing a bunch of boosts for this fight. And of course, save the game. One. Two. Three. Four. I am going to make a somewhat risky play here. Fire Blast is 85% chance to hit, and I need to hit 1. This is faster than setting up an X accuracy, but you do have to hit. And we hit. Nice. That saves a bit of time. Now you just win. Okay, it's time to head into the victory road. We're almost there. I pick up that berry for safety. And this is the reason we needed strength. It's to be able to do the puzzles in Victory Road, which are needed to get past it. Basically, we just need to like shove the rocks onto those buttons. This is some pretty precise biking. It's quite tricky to get right. Last rare candy of the run there. The next repel menu, we're gonna do some stuff, which will prepare us for the Pokemon League. The last fights of the game. Repel. Also teaching Sunny Day. We'll go over Ember. We are using this on the next fights. Make it like doable at all, since it weakens the damage of water moves. We're also using our last candy to level to 53. Put my cursor on X special already, since that means I can just mash A when I enter the league. Careful to not see this trainer. Down we go. One more rock push. And we're out. Okay. Going to do a trick that's called a PC heal. It's actually possible to put your Pokemon in the PC, which will also heal it to full, so you don't need to use the Pokemon Center. And I'm using the PC anyway, because I need to get rid of my Lapras and my Rattata, so that when I beat the game, they will not show up in the Hall of Fame, which saves a bit of time. It's a very funny time save. And we just immediately walk into the battle with Lorelei. Not before saving the game, though. She is the hardest one in the Pokemon League, and also, unfortunately, despite being so far in, she is also one of the hardest fights in the game. There's quite a lot of ways that it can go wrong. You're still favored to win, but yeah, there's just various scenarios that can kill you. So I X special immediately. Yeah, she usually goes for Surf, and then I Sunny Day to weaken it, so that I can survive another one, while also boosting fire moves. And then hope this Fire Blast hits. And does it kill? Yes, very nice. It's about 93%. Going well so far, but we are still not in the clear. We also need to hit Fire Blast on Slowbro. This should be... well... I can tell roughly how much is left, like, if we win against Lorelei here. So let's just see what happens on Slowbro. Please hit. Ah, dang! Yeah, that is a reset. That's a restart. Unfortunate. This has not been the most fortunate of runs, for sure. Special. Okay, we get Hill. So... I think I actually expect again. Safeguard turn 2. Okay, that means I expect again and then Fire Blast. Okay, just need to hit the slow barrel once again. Yeah, I think Lorelei to the end of the run is like 10-ish minutes, something like that. Come on, just hit it. Yes. Good. Okay, we made it past the hardest one. Okay. Heal to full. Ready for guard spec and save. So the strategy on Bruno is to use the guard spec item, which prevents your stats from being lowered. This means that even though he uses Rock Tomb, your speed will not be lowered. You will still be faster than his team. This is very important. You can also use an X Defend to reduce the damage from Rock Tomb if needed. And there's one risk factor. There's one risk factor here, and that's critical hits, as usual. Okay, this I'm pretty sure needs an X-Def. Yes. Going to X-Def here. Assuming no crits, we're fine. Heal to full. Okay, he does hit. Nice. Now we get to set up our X special. And we win. At least we get a first try Bruno. Next up is going to be Agatha, and she is the easiest one in Pokemon League. All we need is to use a single X accuracy, because her Gengar often uses double team. And you might need an X speed, but my Charizard, thanks to the Carbos and having high enough speed, is actually faster than her Gengar. So we don't need to use an X speed on Agatha in this run. Agatha has the smallest chance of killing you of all of these fights. In fact, I don't even have to heal. I am saving the game in case she does decide to kill me. Which, there's actually only one way that can happen. And that is if she picks Shadow Punch and it's also a critical hit. Even though she's favored, like she's pretty heavily favored to pick double team. As long as your health is like not super low, then she just kills you with Shadow Punch. X accuracy, she generally uses double team, but she does go for Shadow Punch here. She doesn't get the critical though, so we win. And actually, because we used an X accuracy, Fire Blast will always hit, so I can use it without fear of losing the run. Oh, that's more than enough. That's way more than enough. We're good. Okay, so this will always hit now, thanks to the X accuracy. There's only 2 more fights left now. I just poke this Honda. Okay. Lance is a bit more interesting. He's the next fight, and you do have to play around with boosts and healing quite a bit. You have to set yourself up on his Gyarados, and his Gyarados knows Hyper Beam. And that move deals like about 100 damage, so yeah. Starting with X speed, yeah, save again. You also need an X speed because he has an Aerodactyl that's faster than you. So you need an X speed to be faster than him. Yeah, Lance and Champ do take quite a lot of setup turns, but generally if you die, you will die near the beginning of the fight, so it doesn't take that long to restart. It's not like the Lorelei Slowbro scenario. Okay, so Hyper Beam is going to deal about 103 damage at most. So once my health is there, he is going to click Hyper Beam. Okay, I'm at 71. Okay, that is... Actually, I think I can X defense here. Yeah. That's what I will do. Thanks to that, we survive Hyper Beam, and now I can heal to full while he recharges. That's basically the strategy. Then I can continue boosting. That is the second X special. And that's the third. Going for Sun here. Okay, he's going to Hyper Beam. Wait, I think I can actually kill him here. Fire Blast. Wait, oh dear. I forgot to Elixir. Well, I'll just use it now. I might die. We'll see how it goes. Oh, he just missed. Okay. In that case, I'll just X Def. I'm just playing like completely improv here. Okay. Okay, we can take a bit of a breather until we get to Dragonite. You're faster than Aerodactyl now, this is fine. Yeah, so I was supposed to use the Elixir before entering this fight, like after Agatha. Sunlight Faded is fine, I have Blaze anyway. I think Heal to Full is the strategy here. I think I have to heal on Dragonite actually. Okay, because he's just going to Outrage. Outrage is gonna do... Yeah, I can tank two outrages. So yeah, like healing is the play. Got the flamethrower. Okay. Okay, now I'm in Blaze. Wait, I think I have to Fire Blast this. Oh shit. We might die final turn. Ah, dang, that's... Oh, that's so slow. That's so slow. Wow. That sucks. We are still good though with how much time I was allowed to go over. And at least now I can use the elixir. Okay. Here we go. Speed. Watch for the hyper beam range. 1, 2. And exit def. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is generally how you lose. If you die to Lance, it usually happens there, because Hyper Beam critical. And that doesn't lose that much time. Yeah, that's actually the worst Lance fight I've ever had as well, but I also just entered it without elixir and stuff. Yeah, and I'm like low on X-Specs as well, because I had to use 3 on Lorelei. So it's like, I don't want to be too low on X-Specials, because, wow. It's like, I want to have a comfortable amount to be able to beat the champion. You want at least 4 and ideally 5. So that's like what I'm going for. Oh, and actually, no, I should elixir. Yeah, Lance is being really mean here. Lance like knows that I'm like behind on time, and he's like, haha, I'm not letting you through here. Yeah, we're literally 2 fights away from beating the game. Exactly, he doesn't care, he just wants to win. Okay. Def. Tank the hyper beam. Cool. +2. +3. +4. Okay, I think. And flamethrower here. Diamond blaze. There we go. That's a lot safer to do because flamethrower cannot miss. Not having sun also saves time because otherwise you get the sun text every turn. Blaze is really the way to go. Technically, I can risk Fire Blast Okoing Dragonite here, but obviously I am not risking this in this scenario. Through that. Alright. You get Outrage. I'm in Blaze. And this flamethrower should kill. Nice. Didn't need to Fire Blast, no risk of missing. Okay, one more fight. One more fight. We do have to start that fight at full health. And I am equipping the citrus berry. This is going to be a bit risky considering how the rest of the run went. I am low on hyper potions and low on XPEX. So yeah, I'm definitely not guaranteed to win this first try. Let's just see how it goes. All we can do. Here, the strategy once again is to use the guard spec, because his Pidgeot really likes to use sand attack to decrease your accuracy, and we can't have that happen. So we use the guard spec to block it. Yeah, this team is amazing. Ideally, he just spams sand attack here. Okay, good, good. Good. That's fine. Three. And 4. Please don't critical. Okay, good. Okay. If we hit against Blastoise, then we win. I have to hit this Fire Blast. If it hits, we win. Simple as that. And it hits. Cool. Okay. Okay. Thanks to the X speed, we are faster. Unnecessary critical, lol. Okay, I'm going to use my last potion here. Because Arcanine always uses extreme speed if you're at low health. And that would kill me here, obviously. There it is, the last Hyper Potion. And we fucking need it. Where's the extreme speed. And it's criticals, wow. Okay, I think I should Fire Blast here. Wait, he's probably gonna E-speed. Yeah, I think I have to Flamethrower. Just 4 of the guarantees in place. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I was right to Flamethrower here. And GG. We did it. Even after all of that bad luck, we still beat the game. And it's the first try champion. That was a nice finish. It was also a pretty fast champion, though I did have to spend a bit of time thinking just to make sure I clicked the correct move on Arcanine. But yeah, that champion was actually pretty fast. I only used 1 Hyper Potion. You generally need 2. Cool. And because we got rid of Rattata and Lapras earlier, the ending is actually faster too. Only Charizard is going to be shown. Okay, the timer ends once the screen has faded out here. So, like, in a few seconds. Like, once the screen fades here, it's the end. Timer ends. So, timer ends now. That's it. That was one heck of a run. Quite a lot of unfortunate things happened. Also, some nice things did happen. What was the time? Oh my god, yeah. I was expecting something like that. Because of, you know, we had so many resets. Yeah, it's definitely on like the worst end of RNG, even for like marathon standards. But, you know, there were also some good parts and we take those. And I also got to show off like basically every strategy. So that's really nice. I hope you guys liked watching it. It just sucks about the resets. Yeah, I sometimes stream this game. I don't play it that often because of how long it takes to do a single run, but it's fun. It's always exciting with everyone being different, and maybe I'll get another PvP in the future. My current PB is actually 2:12:31, and I hope to get below 2:10 or around a 2:10. I would also be very happy with. So yes, thanks for watching, everyone. Yep, like we can basically stop here. It's just, there's nothing after the credits roll. So like it's time for the next game.